This is Bloom's revised taxonomy, and it gives us a guide for challenging and rigorous activities that promote learning. Now, for example, if I challenge my students to remember and understand something I tell them during a lecture, that is not very rigorous. However, if I challenge my students to create a new product or idea based upon that same lesson, that can be an extremely rigorous activity. Now, I believe that Bloom's revised taxonomy is incomplete. From remembering to creating, there is more rigor to be had. For example, if we are challenging students, if we're giving the assignment for students to create new products and ideas, it adds more rigor if we tell students your products and ideas will be recorded, will be documented. Additionally, it adds more rigor to tell students that their product or idea that's been recorded will then be published for a global audience. Potentially millions of people may see your creation. Students will take that assignment much more seriously. Now, I think there are levels above creation for rigor. The next one is teaching. If we're having students create new products and ideas, the next level of rigor is to tell students, okay, now teach someone else about your product or idea. Condense it. Make it palatable for anyone to learn about your product or idea, for anyone to remember, understand, apply, analyze, evaluate, and create their own version of your product or idea. Additionally, in this rigorous activity, if we tell students that their teaching will be recorded, adds another level of rigor. If their teaching will be published for a global audience, potentially millions of people may see your teaching, that additional level of rigor, and a very, very challenging and rigorous activity to publish your teaching. Now, I think the last level is reflecting. If we're creating all these products and ideas and publishing them and recording them, and we're publishing and recording our teaching, then reflecting on those products is the last level of rigor. Watching ourselves back to learn from ourselves. Basically, evaluating what we did and what we would do next time in order to get better. Now, this doesn't just apply to students, it applies to teachers as well. And we can learn a lot as teachers from looking at this framework, because if we are already teaching, we are already doing a very challenging and rigorous activity, we should take it to the next level by recording and publishing our lessons, our teaching, and then reflecting on our teaching in order to evaluate ourselves, in order to help us reach our potential. Now, this will have a side effect. And the side effect, if we're recording and publishing our teaching, that means students can view our published lessons anytime they need, making the class time much more flexible, giving us class time to actually challenge students to create, record, and publish their creations, and teach while recording and publishing their teaching, and then getting to the very rigorous high levels of reflecting so they can evaluate themselves in order to reach their potential.